What if I told you that the key to becoming a really good guitar player is literally in the palm of your hands right this moment? You probably won't believe me, right? But let's get into this video. What I mean by in the palm of your hands is literally the palm is really important in your tone and your guitar playing. Most of you watching this will understand that the right hand, if you're a right player, is your strumming hand, and your left hand, if you're a right player, is your fretting hand. But there's other things that these hands do that most people don't talk about, and that's what I want to explain in this video today. What I mean by in the palm of your hands is you have to understand while you're not playing the strings, you have to use your palm to mute those strings that you're not playing. That way the strings that you are playing can get amplified. So what I mean by that is, let's take an example of a run like this. I don't know if you're able to hear all the little noises and the frequencies from the strings. What's happening is that most of you guys are letting the strings ring without muting them to make room for the next note that you're playing. So if you're playing something like this, you hear all those frequencies kind of going in and out. What you want to do is you want to use your palm and your first finger right on this part of the finger. So you want to use this part of the finger to mute the strings that are on the bottom that you're not playing. And you want to use your palm of your right hand to mute the strings from the top that you're not playing. That way the only strings that are sounding are the ones that you're actually playing. So it's something like this compared to this. Do you guys hear the difference? It's going to take a while for you guys to get used to it, but what you want to do is essentially you want to get used to muting the strings that you're not playing, and that's going to instantly make you a cleaner player. So what happened with me is I used to practice with an electric guitar without being plugged in because I always lived in apartments and it's really hard for me to make noise. So what that did is it made me not realize that the strings that I wasn't playing, I was constantly letting them ring out, which was making me not an accurate player, right? I wasn't really cutting through the mix like I wanted to because I was letting all the frequencies ring out and not muting them while I'm already playing the next note. This could be used if you're a beginning player or a intermediate or advanced. It took me about 23 years to figure this out. So don't think that if you're a little advanced that this lesson's not for you, because you can still get something out of it. So what you want to do is the strings that you're not playing, you want to lightly, you don't have to like put all your weight on the string, but you want to lightly press on the strings that you're not playing. That way, when you finish playing them, you're getting rid of those frequencies that you want. And with your finger, your first finger here, you're muting the strings on the bottom that you're not playing. So you're not really like fretting like this. Like what you want to do is you don't want to leave a gap in between the strings. Like if you're playing this note, you're using the bottom part of your finger to mute the notes that you're not playing. So you're kind of playing it at an angle, if that makes sense. See? If I hit those strings on the bottom strings aren't being, you can't really hear them because I'm muting them with my first finger. So it's, what you want to also do is you want to get used to having your fingers really close to the fretboard. That way you can chain. You want to minimize the lift up when you go from one note to the other. You want to kind of keep them close to the fretboard, so the next note that you hit, it's pretty simple to hit, and you don't have to pretty much make a lot of effort to move your finger up and hit the note that you want to play next. The difference would be something like this. I don't know if you could hear all the frequencies going on, but when you're muting them properly, you'll play something like this. So get used to doing that. It's going to really help your playing. It's going to really improve the way that you play. It's going to take a little bit of getting used to, but I can guarantee you that if you get it down, you're going to be a way better guitar player. So just remember that with the palm of your hand, you're muting the strings that you're not playing. So you're constantly pressing on the strings to avoid those frequencies to coming out. The more amplified your amp is on a recording session, the more you're going to hear those little frequencies that it's not that it's making you a sloppy player, but if you learn how to mute the strings properly that you're not playing and only ring out the ones that you're playing, it's going to increase your playing by it's going to make it way more interesting, and you're going to be able to cut through the mix. So I hope you enjoy this video. Take care, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.